Welcome to PWS United, a podcast for the Prader-Willi syndrome community, brought to you by PWSA USA. This podcast gives the latest news in research, advocacy, and family support by bringing together staff, volunteers, PWS treatment specialists, biotech and pharmaceutical representatives, caregivers, family members, and individuals with PWS. Our goal is to share education, awareness, and resources with those living with PWS and their supporters. Join us in our mission to enhance the quality of life and empower those affected by Prader-Willi syndrome.
Well, Carrie, welcome back to the podcast after
Thank
a little
you.
break, and you've been busy doing conference stuff and all kinds of stuff. So I'm excited to do another episode with you. So
Me
welcome back.
too. Me too. Thank you so much. It is really nice to be back, and I feel really rusty. So we'll see how this goes, but I'm sure it'll be great as always, Annie.
You're going to be wonderful. So today we're doing the PWSA USA Pulse, Volume 127, and this came out last Friday, July 18th, 2025. And Carrie, do you want to start talking about the gala since you know way more about it than I do?
Sure. Yes, I can get us kicked off here. We are incredibly excited for our next event opportunity that's coming really soon, Annie. It's going to be here before we know it. Again, another event. We're just like, wow, time is going so fast. But it is our 50th anniversary celebration Journey of Hope Gala, completely to celebrate PWSA USA's 50th anniversary, which is so exciting that we get to be part of it. I'm still feel very blessed that we're here at such a special time.
Hmm.
So after, as we all know, an unforgettable experience and time together in Phoenix at the United in Hope conference, it is clear just how powerful it is to gather, learn, and celebrate as a community. So let's keep that momentum going. We're so excited to invite everyone to our next big event, again, coming very soon, the Journey of Hope Gala, which is taking place on Friday, September 26th at the Ritz-Carlton in St. Louis, Missouri. At the event, we will honor 5 decades of progress, advocacy, and unwavering support and hope for the Prader-Willi syndrome community. And you can get all the details and find our list of incredible honorees, and also learn how you can be part of the celebration at the Journey of Hope Gala link in our show notes. And we really want to see as many people there as possible. I know, back-to-back travel is difficult, especially, for those who went to the conference, but if you did go, you know how amazing it is to come together in person with the PWS community. So we invite you to do that again. And if you were not able to attend, but Missouri is a little bit maybe easier to get to, this is a great opportunity to come together if you weren't able to at the conference. So yeah, we just hope to see many, many of our community's faces there and be able to celebrate PWSA's milestone anniversary.
I know. I wish that it wasn't during the school year because I could have made my trip to Indiana during this time and then
Around
I
that
could
time.
go, but we have to go in August. Fun fact about me, the last time I was in St. Louis, I was getting on a Greyhound to move to California.
Wow. That would have been like another anniversary for you to celebrate,
That
Annie.
was,
That would have been
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it was like 25 years ago or 27. Good Lord. Okay, we're gonna move on. But
Either
yeah.
way, great idea, great decision, right?
Yeah. It's gonna be a wonderful event, and I'm jealous of the people who are gonna be there for sure.
Now, on to our PWSA memory for the week. According to the Gathered View, Volume 33, Number 4, from July to August 2008, PWSA USA's sharing of information was an important part of growth hormone approval for PWS families in Australia. Barry Greensmith, president of PWSA of Australia, shared his gratitude in this issue, stating, "Yesterday morning, I was notified verbally from Pfizer that growth hormone for PWS was passed here in Australia. I wish to thank you all for the data you supplied to us here in Australia. I believe that if not for this data, we would not have growth hormone passed here. It has been a long battle, and after 9 years, we have got there finally. Thanks again." You can find the issue of this Gathered View using the link in our show notes. And then our spotlight on hope for the week is a volunteer spotlight that was submitted by our very own CEO, Stacey Ward. And she had to share that Sybil Cohen has been a dedicated volunteer for PWSA for many years, serving in numerous vital roles, including chapter leader, board member, and parent mentor. She volunteered and worked the check-in desk at the recent United in Hope conference for the entirety of the event. Sybil's efforts did not go unnoticed. Countless families, new and returning, commented on how her kindness made their experience more welcoming and meaningful. Her dedication, approachability, and deep compassion are a true reflection of the spirit of the PWSA community. We're truly grateful for her commitment to this organization and the PWS community. And you can read more of Stacey's spotlight at the link in our show notes. And I just have to say, I worked a little bit at the desk here and there. I was or at least up there frequently talking to my mom. And Sybil was there constantly. She was there from start to finish, and she did so much amazing work during this conference, and she was so sweet, and I was just felt so grateful to meet her in general, but to see how the community was so happy to have a smiling face like hers, greet them and give them, the information that they needed. She just so deserves this spotlight. She did so much incredible work. So I just want to reiterate that.
And I wanna say that your mom got a spotlight as well, because she also worked long hours
She
and
did.
also a smiling
She's
face.
happy too, though.
Yeah. I really
Yeah,
liked getting to meet
she's
her.
so funny. Some of the stories I've heard from staff and other volunteers and some community members about her has just cracked me up because I'm like, "Oh, that's so Diane." Of course she would say that, or of course she would act that way. She just was her true authentic self in that she was really in her element there, I think. So, she loved it, every minute of it. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Shout out to Stacy for shouting out my mom. It's very
Yes.
sweet.
And just a reminder to families out there that we are looking for more spotlights on hope. So please share those with us. I'll have a link to that in the show notes. And we just want to hear it all. Like if they took their first step, or if they climbed a mountain, or just if you want to introduce us to your loved one and tell us a little bit about them. We're open for all of it. So, moving on to events and fundraisers. The first one in here is this incredible conference recap that Carrie put together. We'll have a link to that. And it just has so many incredible pictures and how many people attended the different conferences that we had, what countries people came from, and the drone show. Carrie did an incredible job on this, and it's really
Thanks,
cool to
Amy.
see. So, we'll have a link to that in the show notes. We also have a lovely conference video recap that Nate the Great put together. And some of you got to meet him at the conference. He works with Carrie and I on some of the tech stuff, website,
Mhm.
video, stuff like that. So he put together this really great video. So you'll find the links to that, to both of those in the show notes. We also have a fundraiser coming up September 6th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and that is at the Heron Glen Golf Course in Ringgoes, New Jersey. This is the fourth annual No Gimmes for Jimmy charity golf outing, and it is held in honor of Jim Worthington. While he survived being directly under Tower 1 on 9/11, he eventually lost his battle with leukemia on October 16, 2021. He loved to play golf when he could get out, which was not often, and he loved his family even more, including his son with Prader-Willi syndrome. So a gimme in golf is usually a short putt that is excused by one's opponent for playing because it's considered too easy to miss. Jim was as generous on the golf course as he was in life, and his wish was that any gimmies go to helping those individuals and families with PWS. So the No Gimmes for Jimmy annual charity golf outing is an event to raise money and awareness for PWS while having some fun and remembering a great family man. So please contribute a gimme in Jim's honor to PWSA and join in for a day of fun on the course in his honor. So there will be a link to join that event in the show notes, but also if you are nowhere near New Jersey or if you're not a golfer and you can't make the event, you can still donate to the event using that link in the show notes.
This is something I wish I could attend because gimmies are like my thing in golf, and my gimmies are usually like 2 club lengths because it's usually 1 or within 1 club length, away from the hole, and I never get that close. I'm the worst putter on the planet. And so my husband allows me to do like 2 golf club lengths.
Aw.
So I just love the idea of a kind of the gimmies idea of it because it is, the sportsmanship aspect of golf and yeah, that you're close enough. So it's really awesome to see again, like that kind of thinking outside the box of these awesome events that people host. But yeah, I will not be there taking my 2 club lengths gimmies, but I wish I could. All right, now on to advocacy. On July 9th, 2025, leaders in science, medicine, and policy gathered at Florida State University's Interdisciplinary Research and Diagnostic Center to celebrate a transformational step in pediatric healthcare, the launch of the Sunshine Genetics Act. This act is a first of its kind initiative offering free, voluntary whole genome sequencing for all newborns. PWSA USA was honored to stand at the forefront of this historic moment for rare disease families, represented by Jennifer Garcia, Florida PWSA chapter president, and mom to Rocco, who is 20 living with PWS, and our very own Dorothea Lance, the director of community engagement at PWSA, and mom to Hunter, who is 7 and living with PWS. You can read more about this act and learn more about the event by visiting the link in our show notes. And just a big shout out to Dorothea and Jen for doing so much around this effort. I feel like Dorothea specifically, going to the Capitol often and really advocating for this and being part of these incredible efforts, around the Sunshine Genetics Act. So thank you, Dorothea, and to Jen for all of your hard work. It's incredible to see, and I hope stuff like this continues to catch on in other states. I think it's a great launch here.
Mhm. All right, so now on to family support. So the BOSS program, which is building our social skills, is back. So we know how important social development is for individuals with PWS and how challenging it can be. So the BOSS program, which is funded by FPWR, was created to provide a supportive, structured space for participants to build communication skills, boost confidence, and connect with peers in a fun and engaging way. This 10-week virtual program is led by experienced facilitators who understand the unique needs and strengths of people with PWS. The next session of BOSS begins on Monday, September 8th, 2025, and will meet 3 times a week. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, which is 1 p.m. Pacific. All sessions are conducted virtually, making the program accessible no matter where you live. So there are some more details, and you can learn those, and you can apply for the program by clicking the link in our show notes. This next section, it was requested that this go in family support because I think they're really trying to really trying to get the word out. We haven't had
Mhm.
a high number of people submitting to this. So we just want
Right.
to make sure you all know about the clinical scholarships that are available. 25,000 US dollars are available to support providers in enhancing their understanding of PWS through clinical proctorships with experts in the field. This is available to providers currently in practice in the US and who presently care or plan to care for patients with PWS. And there's a special consideration given to new or early stage providers to PWS, as well as those in underserved geographic areas or serving underserved populations like adults or rural communities or diverse populations. So if you want to learn more about that, you will find a link for that in our show notes. And our Ask Nurse Lynn this week was submitted on behalf of a 15-month-old male with the UPD subtype. And this is about ocular issues and eye patching. And there's some words in here. We'll see if I can say them. The submitter says, my son has esotropia and amblyopia, primarily affecting his right eye, but intermittently seen in his left eye as well. Surgical correction has been discussed, and currently we have been instructed to patch his dominant eye, which is the left one, for 2 hours daily. We would like to pursue the interventions that are most likely to promote binocular vision and preserve ocular sensory input in both eyes. Our questions with regard to his ocular issues are 1. For best results, do you recommend patching for a solid 2 hours or intermittently throughout the day for a total of 2 hours? 2, are there treatments or therapies for esotropia and amblyopia, specifically geared to individuals with PWS? And 3, are there any clinics or clinicians who specialize in treatment of ocular disease in PWS individuals? Yeah, so if you would like answers to this, you can find that link in our show notes. And I just want to say that Freya wore an eye patch for a while and it was really
Mm,
cute.
yeah,
I loved having a little pirate around. Uh,
adorable.
yeah.
That's amazing. And you also said those words very well. I don't think
Thank you.
I would have done anywhere near as good as you did.
Back in my day, we just called it a lazy eye, but there you go. If you would like to submit your own non-emergency medical question, you will find a link to do that as well in the show notes.
And now moving on to the research section, we have a research study invitation for parents of individuals with PWS 14 years and older. If you have a loved one with PWS 14 years or older, please consider taking part in a new study on the pediatric to adult transition for individuals with PWS. Researchers from the University of South Carolina are conducting a brief survey of parents and guardians of individuals with PWS to learn more about their experiences with the pediatric to adult healthcare transition. The anonymous online survey takes less than 15 minutes to complete. The findings will help us better understand the challenges and opportunities for improving care for loved ones with PWS as they move from pediatric to adult care. 10 participants will be randomly selected to receive a $50 gift card for their participation. The study has been approved by the Institutional Review Board at the University of South Carolina. And for more questions, you can reach out to Dr. Sayward Harrison, and we'll have their email in the show notes. And we'll also have the link to the survey in the show notes as well. Aardvark Therapeutics Hero Phase 3 trial is now enrolling, and they have two new sites that they have recently opened. There is a new site in Palo Alto, California at Stanford Children's Health Specialty Services, and another in Brooklyn, New York at a place that I cannot personally pronounce, but I'm going to try really hard here. Maimonides Medical Center. And I'm so sorry if I completely butchered that, but something like that.
Sounds good.
So, Aardvark Therapeutics, again, recently launched their HERO study. It's a phase 3 clinical trial investigating ARD 101, an innovative orally administered treatment designed to help reduce hyperphagia, excessive hunger, and food seeking behaviors in individuals with Prader-Willi syndrome. This randomized, double blind, placebo controlled trial is an important step toward identifying a potential new treatment option for the PWS community. And now, trial sites across the United States are actively enrolling participants. And to learn more about the HERO study and to see all of the open trial sites, you can visit the link in our show notes. And also you can visit Aardvark's HERO website, www.heroforpws.com. We also want to let the medical community know that there are 2 free CME opportunities for medical professionals in the PWS community. PWSA, in partnership with the Endocrine Society and Medscape Education, is excited to share 2 free online continuing education activities for pediatric endocrinologists, nurses, and other clinicians who care for people with Prader-Willi syndrome. These activities offer free continuing education credits, which are CME, CNE, and MOC, and help improve understanding and care for individuals with PWS and their families. The first opportunity is called Recognizing and Addressing Hyperphagia in PWS. This activity focuses on the serious impact of hyperphagia, again, the constant feeling of hunger, in PWS. Healthcare professionals will learn about the daily challenges hyperphagia creates, its causes, and the latest treatment options, along with new and emerging therapies. And we'll have a link in our show notes for recognizing hyperphagia, and you can find the credit information there as well. The second opportunity is peer-to-peer challenge, interactive case studies in Prader-Willi syndrome. And this course uses real-life case studies to help medical professionals improve how they recognize, diagnose, and manage hyperphagia as part of a comprehensive PWS treatment plan. This activity was created by and for the healthcare team. And again, you can find a link to the peer-to-peer challenge option in the link in our show notes and find that credit information there as well. And together, these free CME activities help ensure that more doctors, nurses, and care teams are equipped with the latest knowledge to support our PWS community, which is always the ultimate goal. And we love to see so many great options out there, especially that have CME opportunities. And for those parents and caregivers out there listening, we highly encourage you to share these two CME opportunities with your care team as well.
So, our resource spotlight for the week is our glossary of terms webpage. So, when navigating the world of PWS, the majority of us are introduced to words we've never heard of before. Not only are we asked to decipher the many nuances of this disorder, but also to learn a new set of vocabulary, from andronarchy to uniparental disomy, both terms that were new to me. Parents may become lost in the terrain of medical speak, struggling to truly understand what they are learning about in PWS. So if you find this is you, please note that we have a glossary of terms on our website that you can access at any time, and I will have a link for that in the show notes. And with that, I feel like that actually went really smoothly. It's just like riding a bike.
Yes, sort of. I'm
So
happy to be back.
so you missed the episode where we went over because Stacy was here. I just wanted to give you an opportunity to share, if you want to, any insights or favorite memories or anything from the conference.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I was sad to not be here for the kind of recap episode, but I'm Stacey's the perfect person,
Yeah.
obviously, to do that since she was so involved in everything. But I personally think it went extremely well. I had a blast from a personal perspective. As mentioned earlier in the episode, I was able to bring my mom along for the second time to a PWS conference. And it's really amazing to kind of spread that awareness with her as well. She asked me so many questions about PWS throughout the week. And seeing her be able to meet, some of the adults, some of the babies, I could just tell that she had this new kind of sense of knowledge around it and new sense of, her service kind of oriented heart felt very satisfied helping PWS community in this way. And I guess seeing it through her eyes was really special to me, just because she's been to a conference before, but isn't immersed in this day to day. And getting to see her kind of light up and learn so much and meet so many amazing individuals was just the cherry on top of an awesome week. So that was a big takeaway for me. And I also want to say during the family welcome, I was sitting with the AV team kind of at that side table, and I was like, I think I cried like 4 times. I don't know necessarily why. I think I was just so proud of all of the work that everyone's done over the past year, and especially seeing so many different speakers go on stage and talk about how incredible the PWS community is, and watching Leah get up there with her Star Wars themed presentation, it blew me away. And again, kind of talking through it and making the plans to do something ahead of time, you see how it could work well, but then when you see it actually come to fruition and all go seamlessly together, it blew me away. I was literally sobbing at the at the AV table. So if you saw me, you definitely saw some tears. But yeah, I just hope everybody had a great time. I hope everyone took some great things away from the conference and met some new people that, you can stay connected with long term. And that's the beauty of these conferences, right? Is that kind of sense of community and everybody gets it. I think that was felt far and wide throughout that week. And it was awesome getting to work with Annie and Nate the Great, the three of us in person for the first time. So our team was all over the place. We were like running around interviewing everybody we could possibly grab.
Yep. We
And
got a lot
so
of content.
lots of content. So also shout out to everybody who was willing to go on our phone camera, on our big camera, on our Zoom mic, all that good stuff. We can't wait to put that content out. It's going to be like we get to relive it a little bit throughout the next year because it'll probably take that long for us to put all of the stuff we got together.
Yeah. Well, and our whole communications team did have a moment on the water side. We all got to go down and
Mhm.
none of us brought a camera. So
Oh my
unfortunately,
gosh.
that
We just
footage,
lived in the
that is
moment.
lost to history as it should be.
That really quick is my last fun story of the week. I really wanted to go down a water slide, but I just never found myself at the water park, honestly, until the last day. And Justice Rickenbach came up to me and she was like, Carrie, you promised me that you would go down a water slide with me. And I'm like, I totally did, and it was, like, days before and so much happens, day to day that my memory starts to kinda go. And so she was like, "You better go down," and she would not she, like, held me to it,
She's
grabbed
tough.
my hand, dragged me up there. It was so fun, it was one of my favorite moments, going down the
Mm.
water slide with Justice and her just kinda scolding me. It was awesome.
She got Freya her and Freya went down the water slide together a few times,
Oh,
and yeah,
adorable.
she was fun. Freya loved it.
Oh, so fun. So, yeah, it was a great event. And it was awesome to see all of our community together and meet a lot of people who listen to the podcast. I think we got a few people that were like, "We love the podcast." So, thank
Yeah,
you for
yeah,
giving
that
Annie
was
and
nice.
I, encouragement and confidence in what we do.
Yes, and tell your friends, and leave a rating and a review.
Please, please, please.
Oh, alright, well, thank you for sharing your conference experience with us. I'm glad it
Of
was such a
course.
wonderful time.
It was. Hope to see everybody at the 50th Gala in September. Thank you for listening to this episode of PWS United. If you want to learn more about Prader-Willi syndrome and how PWSA USA is making strides in advocacy, family support, and research, visit www.pwsausa.org. And while you're there, we encourage you to sign up for our Pulse email newsletter to stay informed about the latest news, resources, and events. Don't forget to subscribe to the PWS United podcast so you never miss an episode. Our team is always available to support families and their loved ones living with PWS 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. You can call us at 941-312-0400 or email info@pwsausa.org. Catch a new episode next Tuesday, and until then, have a great week.